Good morning, time for another Take Time Tuesday, and we start by breathing. So breathe in and breathe out. Change is never easy, and we like to remember the good old days, but we always forget that the good old days weren't. Things were different back then, but we were always afraid of something that was happening now or concerned about what the future would bring. That's just being human. We are designed to forget pain and suffering so that we can move forward. If that wasn't true, nobody would give birth twice. But there are people that will go out of their way to use nostalgia and our ability to forget what really was true and control us. And humankind has remembered throughout history that we don't want control, we don't want stability, we want progress, we want things to be different than they are now. That is part of living, that's part of life. Sometimes it takes a much larger effort than it did in the past to make things the way you want them to be. Sometimes the fear and the uncertainty can be so overwhelming that we have large swaths of our history that generate a huge amount of pain and suffering, largely because we were afraid to act or we were complacent. There's many different reasons. But we always change. We always endure, and we're always there. So what does that mean for us today? It's very simple. I have said before that happiness isn't a thing. Happiness is an end goal that you aspire to. And then may be possible for some people, but for the average person, it's never going to happen. And that's fine, because instead, you make the time to live in the moment and find your joy. Now, I'm not the only person by far who says that, but it is true. Find in your day that little moment, that little relief, that little task, whatever, that brings you joy. That's what you're living for. We may need to aspire to larger things at some point, but that takes effort, and that takes community, and that takes time. And if we've seen anything this year, that it takes overcoming fear and takes overcoming control. Historically, we are not great at that, but we always manage it. That's part of being human. So for now, when things get too much, step back, take a moment and breathe, and remember the things that are important to you and things that are necessary for you to be able to survive. And remember, you're never alone. Something to think about. Y'all have a good day.